Hello, so today I'm going to be doing the ultimate bias tag. Nobody tagged me, but I want to do it anyway because I just am bored, ain't got nothing to do, so yeah. Alright, first question. Who is your ultimate K-pop bias? Name some qualities you admire. Well, my ultimate K-pop bias is Lee Taemin of Hiiii. That dancing machine, Lee Taemin. There are so many things that I love about Taemin, and one of them is the fact that he has come so far. If you watch my Taemin Danger reaction, I kind of explain more about that, and I'm like, he has come so far. I see pictures on Twitter all the time of like him in 2008 and then him now like performing at the SM Town with his shirt off, and people are just like, puberty, like, man, he hit puberty good, or you know, whatever. But I will preach it time and time again that he has come so far, and the fact that he was so determined to learn how to sing, and he already mastered dancing. Like, he was already, I think he was already like there, like on another level, like amazing dancer. Because I mean, if he wasn't, that's really what got him into Hiiii, was when he auditioned, his dancing was off the charts. I mean, he was that good. So and another character trait, it's not really something I admire, it's just funny to me because we're so much alike. If you saw solely his performances and you didn't see anything else, you didn't watch him on any shows, or you didn't watch him, you know, whenever they did One Fine Day, you would just think, oh man, well, he's a ladies man, and he gets all the ladies, and he's a heartbreaker, and he's probably like living the high life. No. He's the exact opposite of what you would think he is on stage. He is lazy. He looks bored most of the time. He forgets things. He's forgetful. He's like a 12-year-old stuck in his body. And a lot of people say, before I just want to mention this real quick before I get into anything else, but a lot of people say that he's like the spawn of Satan or whatever. And I just have one thing to say to you. Do you remember back whenever that girl, I think she had a life-threatening illness, and she wanted to see Hiiii, like that was her wish, and she wanted to see like Super Junior and a bunch of other people, but she wanted to meet Hiiii. Taemin was so sweet to her. He was literally the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life, and he gave her his bracelet, his lucky bracelet, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And he was so sweet, and he was sitting right beside her, and he gave her a big hug. And just look at the video. I'm gonna put an annotation. Just go watch that video and tell me he's the spawn of Satan, because I don't believe you when you say that. He may be mean to the members, and he may be mean to Kai, but I don't think he's the spawn of Satan. I think he's a sweetheart. Alright, number 2. List your bias ruiners, other biases who make you forget you have an ultimate bias. Well, as I made aware to other people in my last video, in one of my other videos, how I feel about Jonghyun, I clearly state that he is like he's probably the biggest bias ruiner of all of K-pop. And I think I even mentioned that in the video, but he literally is he is such a bias ruiner, and it's so, oh my gosh, like I think really all of Hiiii are bias ruiners, but whenever Jonghyun just is something else, like he's another level of bias ruiner, because there's those of us who are closet blingers. I feel for you right here, because I feel like we're in this together. We need to resist the temptation of Mr. Kim Jong-hyun. Another bias that I have that makes me forget about Taemin, Park Jin Young, not JYP, Park Jin Young, Junior of GOT7. Okay, that boy right there, I want him to be my husband. I want to marry that boy because he's so perfect, and I don't understand why people don't see, like, they see JB and Jackson and Mark, and like Jackson and Mark are like the two like most like popular members of GOT7, but Jin Young, he is so perfect. He can dance his butt off, he can sing his butt off, he's so gorgeous, and he's so sweet, and he's funny, but he's not like overly annoyingly funny like Jackson is. Like Jackson pisses me off a lot of the time, but Jin Young is so sweet, and he's funny, and he kids when he has to, and he's super sweet. He's the mother of GOT7. That video where he's like, I'm your mom.
I'm your mom. Hey, I'm your mom. Come on.
Oh my gosh, he's awesome. And whenever I hear his voice, I'm just like, and that video of him speaking English, oh my gosh. Okay, number 3. If you were stuck on an elevator with your ultimate bias, what would you do? I would probably, Taemin's English. See, here's the thing about Taemin's English. He says he's not very good, and I think he's gotten better. So I think we would be able to converse a little bit because of the stuff that I've seen with him and Ian Eastwood. Oh my gosh, the stuff that I've seen with him and Ian Eastwood, so cute. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, you have to go watch it for yourself. The way Taemin just says thank you, oh gosh, he's so cute. I think we would be able to converse a little bit, but mostly I would just be crying. I would probably like it would be like a waterfall of tears. I would not stop crying the whole time. And I would ask to take a picture with him, and I would try to talk to him a little more. I don't really know much Korean. I know like basic Korean, so I don't know. There would be a language barrier in there somewhere, but I would try and get a way to talk to him. And then I wouldn't want to be stuck in an elevator with Taemin though, because he would literally just stand there. Like I'd be like, Taemin, we need to figure out a way to get out of here, and he'd be like, he'd probably just stand there with a bored look on his face and probably not do anything at all, and I would have to do all the work. I would have to be like, Taemin, we're literally stuck in an elevator. You have to help me get out of here. We have to call someone or something. He'd be like, he'd just probably have a bored expression on his face. I wouldn't want to be stuck in an elevator with him, even though he is my ultimate bias, but you know. Number 4, what would you ask your ultimate bias if you ever got the chance to meet them? Well, going back to the elevator thing, if I spoke perfect Korean, I would want to talk to him about how far he's come, and I would want to talk to him about, you know, all the hardships he had to go over. You know, people telling him that he was tone deaf and all that kind of stuff. I would want to talk to him about that, and I would also want to talk to him about his solo album, and I would want to ask him to marry me, because if I spoke perfect Korean, I'd be like, Taemin, please marry me. Like I would say it in perfect Korean if I could. And yeah, I would just want to tell him how much I love him and how much he's in Twitter. Jonghyun has posted more Instagram pics. I'm not even gonna look. Jonghyun just got an Instagram, and I'm not about that life. I'm about that closet blinger life. So all you closet blingers out there, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyways, but yeah, I would just want to talk to him about, you know, I would just want to tell him how he's inspired me and how I want to achieve my dreams like he has. Number 5, let's say you entered a K-pop contest to spend the day with your ultimate bias and you won. Where would you go? I would probably want to go, I would probably let Taemin show me some really good like Korean restaurants, because I watch a bunch of YouTube videos online of, I watch KWOW or Sweet and Tasty, I think her name is, on YouTube. She's actually Korean, and she like goes around to different restaurants, and I've seen like the different restaurants that they have there, and like all the hidden ones in the back alleys and streets and stuff. So I would want Taemin to take me to like his favorite Korean restaurant and and like go shopping in Korea and do like I would want him to take me on a date basically. Yeah. And probably to like an amusement park, even though I'm not big on rides. I want to go on a ride with Taemin. I'm not big on like roller coasters and stuff, but if Taemin wants to go on a ride, I will go on a ride with him. Alright, number 6. You're in charge of putting together a music video treatment for your ultimate bias. What would it look like? So, for Taemin, I would want it to be like a ballad. Like Jonghyun and Onu are really the ones that do ballads in SHINee, but I would want Taemin to do a ballad because his voice has grown so much, and if you hear him sing live, if you heard him sing the Replay, his version of Replay, oh my gosh, it's awesome. And I want him to do a ballad, and it would be like, I want him to like be in like a flowering field and just like pour his heart into this like amazing ballad song. I tell you what though, I'm upset that they didn't do a music video for either Pretty Boy or Ace or Play Me. Either one of 3 of those songs. If I could do one for Ace, it would be like a Justin Timberlake kind of like music video where he's like in this like flat apartment and he's like sitting in this chair in just the middle of the floor and he's just and he's just like pouring his heart out into the song. That's what I would do. For Play Me, I would probably do like, but I want him to, if I could do a future like era for Taemin, I would want it to be a ballad. Yeah, and just him and like, just like one shot, like not a lot of like different things, just him and like this like white shirt, just like a white dress, just like a white shirt and black pants, and just pouring his heart out into a song. That's what I want, and I would love that. Yeah, I know that's kind of bland and kind of not exciting, but I've always wanted that for Taemin, so that's what I would want. Number 7, what would you do if K-pop didn't exist? I don't even want to think about what I would do if K-pop did. K-pop has kind of been my hobby. I've never really had a hobby. I've took dance lessons and I've done that, but I've never really had a hobby, and I feel like K-pop is like a hobby and it's like a passion for me because I don't know, there's something about it that just because there's so many different dynamics to it that you don't have to like pop, you don't have to like hip hop, you know, there's so many different things that is available. And just the people too, like I've made so many friends and everybody's so nice for the most part. I think I would be lost. I would be lost without K-pop. K-pop is my life, and it's everything to me. Music is everything to me, and K-pop alone means everything to me. Number 8. Name a few things you want to see happen for K-pop. Well, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I could probably talk. I could spend an hour video talking about all the different things I want to change in K-pop. So I'll just kind of leave it to a couple things. Number 1, I want a SHINee come back in 2015, which we're probably gonna get. So that wish is probably already gonna come true. Number 2, I want FX to have a better comeback, and I want them to finish promotions whenever they do come back. This is a far-fetched dream, but I wish SM would stop treating their idols like crap. That's a far-fetched dream, and I know I'm dreaming big, but it's still a dream of mine. And a lot of people are upset about the fact that idols are leaving their groups. But to be honest, I'm happy about it. I'm happy that they're standing up for what they believe in, and I'm happy that they're taking a stand against these horrible companies who are treating them like crap, paying them nothing. They don't get to see their family during the holidays. I mean, it'd be different if it was, you know, any other day, but they don't even get to go home to see their families during the holidays. They basically have poor living conditions. They barely get any sleep. The food's awful. It's not healthy for them. They have to perform when they're sick. I mean, it's it's common sense that you just don't do these kinds of things to people. And I just wish that K-pop would I just wish these companies would really realize that these idols aren't puppets and they need rest and sleep. And yeah, I'm sure, you know what, I'm sure those CEOs are spending the money that they could be spending on giving their idols a better life. They're probably spending that money on cars and like 3 houses. And I mean, I don't like the way that they're treating the idols. It's crap. It shouldn't be that way. So that's what I want for K-pop. I want for the companies to treat their idols better and not. And another thing, I want the fans to stop holding the idols to these images of perfect angels and just like they have to look a certain way. Those people who comment on the girl group videos, like I just want, I know it's a far-fetched dream, but I just want people to stop holding the idols to a certain image because they're literally humans. They're not like, they're not gods. They're human. You shouldn't hold them to an image just because they're talented. You know, they're humans and they mess up. Like, it's not your life. Like, you're not living their life. You don't get to choose what they do and what they don't do. Like, it's their life. Alright. So, I hope you enjoyed my ultimate bias tag. I enjoyed doing it because I'm bored. And I like talking about K-pop. So, yeah. I'll probably do another tag, even though nobody tags me in anything. But, you know, it's whatever. I don't really need to be tagged. I don't need to be tagged. I'm just kidding. Alright. Thank you for watching, and,